Morning, guys. Rick Shaw here on the 1st of February 2022. And we got our little buddies with us. And we got a semi-cloudy day, a little bit windy. Kids are coming out. Oh, the sun feels great. Back's feeling somewhat better today. Still a little bit numb in the leg and all that, but that's the way it goes. Not much we can do about it. But I was going back and forth on some of the news super early this morning, and one of the things I saw was old Bite Hole. He got in there. It's a little Obama Jr., I guess. He got in there and in Pittsburgh and giving this speech, and he started getting ticked off, and they start talking about the children already. Oh, it's all about the children. And every time I hear that from one of these knuckleheads, it's a red flag for me. But he got on there about, what if the kids needs insulin and all this kind of stuff. Well, right there, that shows you this guy is nothing but a stinking liar and a piece of crap, if you ask me. What happened was when the Don was in, he got the drug companies to lower the cost of insulin. He got co-pays down through insurance. He did a whole bunch of stuff to get that down. Okay, cool. Worked out really good. Well, what happened when Bite Hole got in? Immediately, he rescinded that order, and the prices went through the roof again. Went up even higher than they were before. So, I don't want to hear his crap about, the children, nutbag. That guy right there, I don't know what's up with that sicko. He's out for the destruction of the country. And they're going to do a lot of things with this green, not old, let's make a deal type thing. Got to watch what you say here. They hit you on that, but really, really, really crazy. But there's this thing about the truckers, and looks like they're putting these Antifa guys in there. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Come on. Hello. Come on. And they got this starting trouble. I saw them pushing these cops off. And these cops, the way they were backing up, it looked so staged. And these guys had big sticks and said, "Oh, give me a break." And then they're also putting false ones where they're destroying stuff. And if you look at what they're wearing, they all wear the hoodies and all this to hide themselves. But it didn't look right. The film just didn't seem the same as the rest of the stuff. So I don't get them. I just don't get them. But here in this country, they're talking about this, no vax, no ride policy. Some of the places they're saying this is going to be rescinded and all this, but it makes no difference here because these carriers will just require it on their own, without the government saying it has to be done. So it's all a big pile of BS is what it is. We cannot get into the mall up here to shop. I don't know why the mall doesn't want our money, especially when these people who have this Jabba D hut, they still catch it and pass it. And always, it's been out throughout the years where they say, "Oh yeah, but because I got the jab, it was less. It wasn't so bad." Prove it. I ain't buying that crap at all. Just prove it. It's just a bunch of baloney. This is, guys, still remember, this is an experimental. You're the experiment. You're the stinking lab rat. And why are the governments pushing this? Why does the governments want you to be a lab rat? Alls I can say, it's got to be because of money. They're making money on this somehow and keeping you down. What are they doing here? They're keeping everyone down again. And it's because we care. Oh, we care so much. Baloney. They're lining their pockets everywhere. So I just ain't buying it. And then you look at companies too, even though the Bite Hole mandate was shot down. And of course they attacked the black guy. These libs attacked the black guy. I just don't get that at all. And now T-Mobile, they're going to have those people are going to have to be jabbed or they're going to lose their job. And they only got so long to get it done. What's up with these companies? Even though the government is doing it, the companies are forcing it. So who's paying them? Who's giving them money to have this done? And why are they destroying workforces? It's like this big trucker convoy up in California. Now they want to do them all over the world. I'll be honest with you guys. shutting down the trucking, I think this is part of the globalist plan. And this stupid little Trudeau, little simp, he gets in there like, oh, it's a terrible thing and we're going to stop this and stop. Yeah, baloney. He's just rubbing his hands together saying, oh, goody. You know, making a fortune off of this and shutting their economies down. You know, all the trucking that goes back and forth between the U.S. and Canada. And basically shutting it down. And these people, oh yeah, we're going to stop and fight the mandates, blah, 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 and we're going to sit there until he changes his mind. What does he care? He'll just go somewhere else. Yeah, he don't care. Let him sit there. He's let him sit there and freeze. He's blocking roads so they can't travel. He's blocking fuel coming in. These guys, you know, they're sitting in the cold weather with no fuel. He's blocking the food. You know, all kinds of stuff. He's doing whatever he can to, you know, to make this hard on him, but I don't know. Hope it backfires in his face, but who knows? And then I always hated to talk about the news media people, but this is some news. Old Rachel Madcow, she says she's going to take a break now. I don't know, she's working on a movie or something. I shouldn't even say that. But they're losing these people right and left because their numbers are down. Nobody's really watching these people like they did before, because even the libs are coming around. And I don't think he'll be back. I don't think the mad cow's going to come back. They don't want him. You know, look at Cuomo's gone, and his own liberal stance took him down. You know what I mean? You just look at somebody, and because they felt like they were assaulted, you're assaulted now. I don't think this guy has the prick big enough to try to fool around with a girl. Maybe a guy, but not a girl. So I don't buy that it was anything like that. I'm sure it was somebody felt like he assaulted them by looking at them. You know, because this is all. You know, everybody's a victim now, guys, and it makes me so. Everybody is a stinking victim of everything, you know, and nobody knows what gender they are. They got 50 different genders now. How stupid is that? I just get sick of it. I get absolutely 100% sick of all this crap. The world is going loony, and we're letting it. But here's something I said this. I've been saying this for years and years. You know, in the U.S., they do about 1.5 million abortions a year. That's average since '72. Okay, all these legal abortions and these people fighting for this. And there's big money to be had in that for these people. So they want to keep it going. Well, I'll tell you what. I said this a long time ago. How long did you think the good Lord was going to smile on the country while we were doing that? And as a people, just let it go. You know, I'm surprised these places weren't, you know, boomed. You know, I just don't get it. They get people riled up to do all kinds of damage and stuff, but they don't touch those places. You know, this is what they want. You know, this is satanic, guys. That's all there is to it. But I just don't get it. I just don't get the mentality of people, the stuff that gets to go on. And this crap, too. You know, the thing that really gets me is how this Maxwell trial is just getting swept under. They had that one where the kid shot his rifle, killed some guy, blah, 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 and they made a big fuss on the trial. Maxwell's is over in like 10 days. And no names are being put out. The fix was in, guys. The fix was in on this, and nobody's saying nothing. The media's going to just shush it up. And even the people aren't really talking about it. You don't see it too much even on Telegram anymore. They kind of just dropped the ball on it. Well, what the heck is? I want names. Who are these people? And I don't care if they're protected by presidential privilege. You know, you look at, you know, Clinton, he said, I didn't have sexual relations with that woman. Anybody in his right mind, come on. She had the dress, for crying out loud. And now he should be fighting another one. I didn't have sex with that little 5-year-old. You know, these people are sick, guys. You know, they get so rich, they got so much money, everything bores them, so they got to do something disgusting to make them feel good. And you look at all these stupid people with their spirit cooking and their adrenochrome and all this stuff. And if you don't think that's real, you better look into it a little bit closer. Too much of this is coming out now. And these people are sick. That's why nobody wants to believe it. When I first started talking about this stuff years ago, people told me I was a nut. Not because I was a nut, it's just people can't wrap their heads around such evil. Even people who are bad can't understand such evil. Even some of the big killers, you know, not the ones who killed the little boys and stuff like that, but some of these killers that kill people, they still wouldn't even touch a kid or a child. They just wouldn't do it. So it's hard for people to wrap their head around that there's such evil people. There was a report coming in where somebody, and I think they committed suicide by shooting themselves in the back of the head 5 times, of Hillary eating a baby. And now I looked at that and I thought, okay, what of it? And then all of a sudden this person was suicided quickly. And then it just disappeared from view. It's like, okay, when you start seeing stuff like that, it was like that guy that talked about the Graphenius Ferb oxyides guy. And then, he was talking about this thing like being little razors in your body. And boom, he's another one that was just gone all of a sudden. They off these people. They're trying to cover up their tracks, and they don't think nothing. You're of no value to them. People are of no value. They value their money and their own special desires over the life of somebody else. You think they care about you? And you look at these people high up in governments around the world. Do you really think, like Trudeau, do you really think he gives a flying crap about any Canadian? If he did, why wouldn't he be backing these guys? Why would he be pushing these things he wants to push? Why does he want everybody to get this thing? And now they're seeing it's getting people. The Pfizer one just came out. They had to unseal documents. And it was this super high, ridiculous number in children of adverse events and all this myocarditis. And now they try to normalize this. They try to say, oh, yeah, well, it's this is normal. It's insane, guys. This is not normal what's going on. But yet that's what they portray it as. They say, oh, yeah, this is kids, that happens all the time. Athletes have been dropping for years. Yeah, it's because of the steer, blah, blah, blah. Baloney. Baloney. This is new, guys. This is just as they push this thing on everybody. And don't forget, guys, it's experimental. That's why you don't see any laws. They do try to do these mandates, which are not laws. And they try to do these mandates on you. Because if they put out a law, it would be an illegal law. And they would have to answer for that. Because you can't do it. It's experimental. And they just keep pushing it. And here, the thing that really gets me, and it really ticks me off, the government ain't pushing it so much. They just start talking about it a little bit. But then the businesses jump on you. We can't go to the mall. Can't do it. Can't get in. They won't even let you in past the security guards. And they won't give you your 20 pesos back either. You got to still pay the parking even though they don't let you in. Why don't they stop you right there before you go in? Before you go into the place, hey, if you don't have the jab, you can't come in. Right there. Why didn't they do it right there? No, because they got your 20 pesos for you not parking there. Because you got to go. You're not allowed in there. And I don't understand this. We do many months when we shop there. Sometimes we do part of our shopping at SNR. Now it's going to be most of it. We're going to the local shops, but there's a lot of stores too. We just heard from a fella that sent some money here, and the person that was up in Tracy, the person who was receiving the money, and I don't know if it's his girlfriend or his wife, but the person receiving the money went to these Cebuano places, and they went to 9 different ones, and they would not give them the money because they didn't have a jab card. Now, what the hell is that about? You can walk into the place and talk to them, and it won't give you anything because you don't got the card. Well, how is that protecting them from you? Because you're already in there. I don't see. It's nothing. What they're doing is they're pushing this damn thing, and it's all to get this global identification system online. I think what's going to happen is they're going to say, okay, we're going to drop all these rules, mandates, and blah, blah, blah. And just get this card. So you can have your social credit score and all this stuff. And guess what? Then all your banking is going to be tied to it. Everything's going to be tied to this thing. And if you don't do what that government tells you to do, they'll shut your money off. And you can tell they're going to do that because they're doing it now. Look at people who don't have this thing, can't go into the mall and go shopping. And yeah, it's only a few places now, but it's going to get more because they're getting these stores to do that. I can't understand how the mall up there, when we spend on average every month about $35,000 in there. That's what we spend in that store. Now we're going to be going to other places, the places that don't kick us out. I know S&R, we can get in there anytime we want. That's where we're going to go. It's cost a little bit more, but hey, they want our money. They're not keeping me out, so that's where I'm going to go. Screw them. Screw these people if they don't want me. But it's getting to be so many more. I keep hearing of more too. Not just what we try, but you go into a hardware store here, they don't want you in. Yeah. What is it? And they took it upon themselves to do that. There's no law saying you have to do that. There's actually laws against this, but they don't care. It's the Filipino thing. They gotta jump on the bandwagon and be do more than anyone else. It's like I say, it's the speed bump syndrome. I've said this on many videos before. Here in the Philippines, somebody gets a speed bump, the neighbor's got to get 2. Then the neighbor on the other side, oh, he got 2, he's going to get 3. And this is the way it goes. And before you know it, you can't even drive down the road because of all these damn bumps in the road. And that's what they do here. I've been seeing this, and it's getting worse. It always was to a certain degree, but it's getting a lot worse now. And I've told a lot of people, too, these people who want to come here. Yeah, if you want to jump through these stinking hoops and then deal with it when you get here. But personally, myself, I'd spend my money elsewhere. I would. If I was in the States now and was just planning on coming here, nope. No way. I'd go somewhere else. There's plenty of other countries that want you, and they want your money. They actually want you and happy to see you. Not here. They're not happy. They're not really happy to see the foreign. Look how long they've kept them out. Look how long they've kept families separated. That's not good for your mental state. And look what they do to the kids. They muzzle the crap out of them. Nobody looked into that, how bad that was. You look at a lot of people, just OSHA guidelines. When you put a mask on and you put that in there. I used to have to go into confined spaces. We have to test the air or blow the hole if we were in manholes or something like that, just to make it safe for work. But yet you got this thing on your face. It's causing problems. And did they look into that? Hell no. Why would they do that? It didn't go with their narrative. Nope. They had to jump on this bandwagon. And guys, you have to know that this was a planned deal, because why did so many? You would think with all the countries in the world, each country would do their own separate thing. But no, they all jumped on the bandwagon and did the exact same thing. Lockdowns, masks, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Philippines had to one-up everybody else and come out with the face shields too. And I laugh. I always laughed at the store. I said this in videos way over a year ago. They got this big plastic shield when you go to the grocery store that's keeping you out. Well, I'm taller than it. I can breathe over the top of them, but they got all that stuff. And then you take with your hands and put all your stuff on. That girl touches every piece of it and hands it back, but yet they hand you the money in a tray. You've got to put your money in the tray or your card. This is how ridiculous it is. If you guys aren't seeing the absurdity of all this yet, you're lost. You're lost. And I just had, this is no kidding, I had a buddy, I've known him since, I knew him from the jobs. I knew him from 85 or 86, something like that. And he was a carpenter and a good guy. Now, he was an ultra-lib Dem voter. Obama, Clinton, even all the way back to Carter, and we still kept in contact, even though we used to joke about, yeah, well, at least we cancel each other's vote out, because he was always voting for them, and he loved Obama, and he told me that Michelle Obama was the best looking woman in the world, and I used to tease him saying, yeah, I didn't know you was gay, But we were both adults in the room, and even though we were totally opposed, we still would sit and have conversations. Well, here, a couple nights ago, I get a text from him on the messenger and said, hey, and he was watching a lot of my Telegram stuff too. And I send him stuff. He doesn't go into the new. It was on there for a while, and then he fell out, and I haven't seen him. But he wanted to call me on the messenger, so I called him, and he still looks pretty good. He's 2 years older than me, and he's getting ready to retire and all this. And him and his wife and his kids all got the JABA, and they did all this, and they're on the third one. And they were looking forward to get him, and he says, he was wrong. He actually came back and said, he was wrong about just about all of it. Ultra-lib, and he said, man, they've lost my vote forever. I mean, he even was going back on all the stuff I sent him on 9/11, all kinds of stuff. And, finally taking a close look at it, and saying, yeah, you're right, there's something up with this. Now, does he buy it 100%? No, but he's going, yeah, but there's something up. And we had a talk from, he called me about 2:30 in the morning, and I yacked with him until almost 4, and I had to let him go because the battery was out and the charger was downstairs and all that crap. So, but that was really interesting. And but the sad thing is, they're all sick. They're all extremely sick now. He's been having all kinds of problem with his heart. His wife also, she's having trouble, and she had blood pressure problems, so now she's getting these super bad headaches. He said her ringing in her ears. When he talks to her, sometimes she can't hear her because her ringing is so loud. So, and he's worried. He won't go to the hospital yet. He's a typical guy, but he said his heart just isn't right, and he never had problems before. He's a lean, mean working machine. He's been a hell of a worker. One of them types who never wanted to be foreman. He just wanted to be a worker, and I feel bad for him. I hope they make it. I hope everybody makes it. But this thing that they're shooting into you is, you got to really look into it close before you do some thinking on it first before you make your decision. I'm not saying what to do or anything like that. I know what I'm doing, and I don't feel I'm wrong, but you have to use your own judgment. We also have some friends I've known for most of my life. They're kind of like extended family, and they're sick. They're an older couple, a little bit older than me. I'd say 7-8 years older than me. Husband and wife, love them to death. They're on their third one, sick as dogs, and hoping to get the next one. I got to get when do people start waking up and saying, wait a minute, when do they critically think on what's causing their problems now? That's what you need to do. You need to start looking. Use the brain that the good Lord gave you, and forget all the programming that they've jammed down your throat, and just think for a little bit. Because something you gotta know, even if you think you can't believe that anybody does something so terrible, you gotta start thinking, hey, something's up with this, and start doing some thinking for yourself. So this is Rick Shaw.